Paraíso. I walked the streets again last night. I saw you in the city light. Like a vision, Lady O, Neil Diamond. After work, Sam was starving. He climbed out of 18th Avenue onto the street and asked his coworker, Eddie, "Coming with?" "Yeah, I'm starving." "Paradise?" "Yeah, me too. Paradise." Sam and his friend began walking the empty street towards Sam's car. They were silent, contemplating matters big and small, when a young man and woman approached. They were holding hands, the couple, not Sam and Eddie, and split the night with thunderous chatter. "What the fuck?" screamed the girl. As their paths crossed, Sam went shh. The girl laughed, and the boy turned to glare at the back of Sam's head. Sam and Eddie cracked up before the couple was out of earshot. "She was hammered," said Eddie. "No thanks to us." Both shook their heads. In the commotion, Sam had forgotten where he was going. He stopped suddenly in the middle of the sidewalk and surveyed his surroundings. Eddie stood still next to Sam, careful not to make any sudden movements. At once, Sam realized they should have turned at the previous corner, and that they were now so far gone that it would be best to walk all the way to the next corner and turn there. Now certain of his course, Sam surveyed the buildings lining the street. He marveled at the contrast in old porch columns, vibrating to another late night of banging house music. "Where'd you park?" "Back over there. We should have turned, but now I think it's faster to go around." The odd couple, Sam, tall and fair, and Eddie, hunched and block-headed, laughed at the delay. "Fuck. My bad. That's all right. It's good exercise." "Indeed. I've been thinking. Remember Pete?" "No. Damn, he was a legend. The hardest worker I've ever met. He transferred from community college and was getting an engineering degree. But he worked more hours at the bar than any of us. He took like 18 credits a semester. Dude never slept. Every night he would wear the same shorts, and no matter how cold it was outside, how tired or drunk he was, or how early he had to get up, he would bike home from work. I was thinking, in his honor, I should start running after work. I'd run around for a bit, and then run to Paradise after. You've got to be careful though. I heard running can be bad for you." "Who told you that?" "I think I read it online somewhere. They were saying you could mess up your knees and back and shit." "You know who probably wrote that?" "Who?" "A pussy." Sam collapsed into the car, and Eddie waited outside until Sam realized he had to unlock the passenger side. The only light on the way to Paradise turned red at the last second. "I'm not going to make it," Sam moaned. Yet the light turned green, and their spirits rose as Sam parked the car in front of El Paraíso Burrito. As Sam got out, he saw the door to Paraíso swing open and shut. In the dim haze of the street lamps, Sam watched a tawny blonde ponytail, and rich olive-toned neck to match, disappear down State Street. He missed a glimpse of her face, but Sam knew the girl. An image of the back of her head had been burnt into his memory once before. "Did you see that girl?" Sam tilted his head her way. "No, I missed her." Eddie asked, "Why?" Sam just shook his head. A bell chimed. "Welcome to Paradise" greeted Sam and Eddie as they swung open the door. The phrase was uttered with false enthusiasm by a man known to friends as Sifu. His distinctive mustache-goatee combination and matter-of-fact manner of speech were his nominal character traits. Sam and the night manager of Paraíso slapped and locked hands. Sifu snapped his fingers. "Yo. The girl that was just in here. Bro." Sam, Eddie, Sifu, and the guy taking orders at the register were all laughing. Eddie looked confused. As Sam filled, drank, and refilled the plastic cup with water, the cashier, who was wearing aviators against the bright halogen lights, and also sporting a strong mustache, asked, "Do you know her?" Sifu added, "Yeah, I bet she's down there a lot." Actually, you'd be surprised. It would seem her psyche is relatively intact. I only see her down there once in a blue moon. Sam stood, involuntarily shaking his head and shifting his weight. He leaned onto the counter, gave his back a stretch and groaned. "I can't believe I missed her." Everyone laughed. The pilot asked for Sam's order. Sam pretended to read the menu with a deliberative expression stuck to his face. He was lost in thought. The pilot asked if Sam wanted what he usually got, and Sam blinked rapidly, then nodded his approval. He took out his wallet, and the pilot shook him off. After transferring $5 of his tip out from the bar to the jar on the counter, Sam said with a bow and a whisper, "My guardian angels, much appreciated." Then, in a much louder voice, Sam berated Eddie for ordering a cheese quesadilla. "Pinche bueno." "Actually, can I get 2? "Pinche gordo." Sifu cackled. He asked Sam, "Wait, so how do you know her?" "Just met her down there, same as usual." "You didn't?" "No." Sam buried his face in his hands. When he looked up, he said, "I flew too close to the sun." The pilot asked, "What happened?" The guardian responsible for nourishing the souls of late-night visitors to El Paraíso Burrito, the cook, greeted Sam. "Yo, what up, dog? Never mind her. I know she fine, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. What kind of noise you bring me tonight?" Turning to Sifu, he added, "This boy came in, shit was loud as—" "I know, it was my shit," said Sifu. "It wasn't yo shit. Yo shit's okay, but this was some good shit." Sam cleared the air. "It wasn't yours, it was from a different guy." "What's up, my man?" Sam repeated the handshake and this time added a one-arm hug on account of the cook. "It's smelling good in here, though. What you make me?" "You know." To his apprentice, the cook delegated, "Throw some of that salsa on there, the verde. That shit's fresh." Sifu felt slighted. The burden of overseeing El Paraíso Burrito through the long hours of the night was wearing on him, that night in particular, and he snapped. "Man, why you disrespecting my shit?" And interrupting. He was in the middle of his story. I hadn't even started. "Man, I just yelled at his ass. Now you gotta tell it." "Yeah," said the still jolly cook, as he threw the quesadillas on the grill. The pilot, not moving from the cash register, popped a tortilla chip in his mouth. Eddie sat down at the table and waited. Sam said, "This is seriously the worst thing I've ever done. At least the worst thing I've ever said. You have to promise you'll still love me." The pilot laughed and nodded his head. The cook in a deep baritone weighed in. "Always, baby." Sam and Sifu were standing arm's length apart. Sam faced Sifu at an angle, with an inquisitive expression, and extended his hand. The one in charge said, "Well, shit. Depends how bad it was, don't it?" Everyone laughed while Sam and Sifu executed an uncoordinated handshake. Sam rounded his back to avoid bumping into Sifu's potbelly. One night this past winter, I remember it was a thaw. Raining, snowing, streets full of slush. She was down there by herself. At least I saw she was leaving by herself. Normally she comes in with this feisty Asian girl, who's a character in her own right. In fact, she was with her the first night I saw her. She was underage, but that's a whole other story. Her name is Angie, by the way. I thought we might have made eye contact a few times during the night. I walked by as she was about to go upstairs, and she stopped and asked if I wanted to dance. I hate dancing, but I told her for her, I'd be willing to make an exception. We introduced ourselves, and before I knew it, we were dancing. We talked a little bit about where we grew up and went to school. Angie had me twirl her a few times. She was wearing a white dress scattered with cherries in bunches of 2 and 3. I couldn't think of anything worth saying after a certain point. Then Sweet Caroline started playing, which means the bar is about to close. You know, It's the second to last song every night. Time was running out. I asked her if she wanted to hear something funny. I told her my friend Vitya and I came up with alternative lyrics to Sweet Caroline one night. I asked if she'd like to hear them, but warned her she better have a sense of humor. She assured me it was good. Whenever I tell this story, at this point I want to say that I was drunk as an excuse. Said in Vino Veritas, it's no excuse. So the chorus comes around, Sweet Caroline, and when everyone else sings ba ba ba, I say, lick my balls. After good times have never been, the crowd goes, so good, so good, so good. I go, so hard, so hard, so hard. And to put the cherry on top, Neil sings, I've been inclined. The crowd repeats, ba ba ba. But I sing, to eat your ass. They believed I never would, but now I. We finished dancing, and she turned to leave. I put my number in her phone. She said she'd text, but didn't. Can't blame her. I should have kept dancing. Yeah, you should have, Angie said. I was about to ask how soon you got off work.